Good morning, I hope you're having an amazing day. It's Mark Wiens. I'm in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and one of the most popular, one of the best dishes that's associated with Chiang Mai is called khao soi, which is a yellow egg noodle dish with a coconut milk curry and meat. And so today we're gonna go on a pretty serious khao soi tour. Mostly we're just gonna have fun and eat a lot of khao soi, and I'm gonna share it all with you in this video. The origins of khao soi in Chiang Mai still remains a mystery, but most believe it's a dish originally from Yunnan, China, brought south to Chiang Mai, passing through Myanmar by the Chinese Jinha people. Adapting to Chiang Mai, the common recipes evolved over time, especially with the addition of more spice and coconut milk, which is an ingredient that's not used in northern Thai cuisine. One original khao soi restaurant in Chiang Mai claims that when government officials from Bangkok, and Bangkok is in central Thailand where coconut milk is frequent, would visit Chiang Mai, the khao soi restaurant owner would add coconut milk to please his guests. That kind of stuck, and now most khao soi you'll find in Chiang Mai includes rich coconut milk. The story behind khao soi is unique and fascinating, and it remains one of northern Thailand's most popular dishes. So today we're gonna eat 5 bowls of khao soi in a row and share with you where to eat the best khao soi curry noodles in Chiang Mai, Thailand. The first place that we're at this morning for breakfast is called Khao Soi Islam, and this is one of the long-standing khao soi restaurants, and they're also known to serve a very traditional version of khao sois. Joel, ready for some serious khao soi, man?
Ready. And it, what's up, man? It smells so good in here.
Okay, so this is stop number 1. We're still waiting on Tom. Tom should be here soon. And what's amazing about khao soi is just how it has been, how it arrived to Thailand and how it's been influenced by so many different trade routes and spices and coconut milk all coming into one single bowl that now represents Chiang Mai. And she boils the egg noodles. Then she binds it with the beef. I ordered beef, and then combines it with some spices, adds some chili and some spices into the bowl. But the interesting part is that she has this boiling cauldron of coconut milk, ladles on some coconut milk into your bowl. So it sort of mixes curry in your own individual bowl. And then she tops it with a handful of the crunchy fried noodles as well. I think the first step is actually to try the soup, the curry sauce. It's very milky, and the spice blend is light, yet it's kind of like earthy at the same time. I'm gonna squeeze in some lime, and then actually I'm just gonna dump in my whole packet of, they give you pickled mustard greens every time you eat khao soi, as well as some sliced shallots, and that's just a necessary component of eating khao soi. Maybe I'll just try the noodles first and some of that beef before I add more seasoning. The noodles are not like extremely, the noodles are okay, not like amazing. The beef is really good. Now it's time to season, really season. Add some nam pek pao, which is the roasted chili sauce. And this version, I have actually eaten here at Khao Soi Islam before, and their version of nam pek pao is just insanely good. It's like sticky. Okay, here's when things start getting really good in your bowl of khao soi. Give this a good stir, mix it with the curry sauce and the noodles, and immediately you can see that color. With the chili sauce. That's what takes it to the next level. You really taste the pungent, like fried, roasted, like blackened, burnt chili aroma to it. What I like that's like unique to this place is how fine the chili sauce is. It's a very fine crush, whereas some versions are more chunky. It's so good. That makes all the difference. Their chili oil, it's superb.
There's nothing better to do on a gloomy, possibly rainy day than go for a noodle tour with friends. Nothing better.
We also could not come to Khao Soi Islam without trying some of their khao mok, because their khao mok, which is the Thai-style biryani, they serve an excellent version, and we got a plate with goat, and it looks so good. I've actually had it before, and it is so good. Oh, look at that, it just flakes with the fattiness. Oh. So good. The goat is just, it's as pork tender as possible. What do you think, Tom?
Awesome. It's just like perfect balance. Very goaty.
This wasn't really part of the khao soi tour.
So soft.
It's just something you have to order when you eat here. There was no way I was coming here without ordering it.
Tom, what did you think about the first bowl?
Pretty
Khao Soi
good. Pretty
Islam.
good. Yeah, liked it. I'm looking forward to taste all the other ones. So at the end, we have to decide. This is going to be very difficult already.
In my opinion, the curry is mild. The noodles are okay, but what I really love the most, I think this place excels at their chili sauce. That is the ultimate. That just kicks up your bowl. The beef is also extremely tender and delicious. Okay, so khao soi kun yai. This is grandma's khao soi. It's in their home property, but right in central Chiang Mai, right next to the temple. Man, I have been to this place before as well. It's always delicious. It's a friendly place. It's a nice open air place as well. Here, what I typically order, and the version that we got is called khao soi gai, which is with chicken. Okay, so bowl number 2, this is khao soi kun yai. You can see how just rich and thick and spacious that broth, that curry sauce looks. Just taste the broth, just to get the original version of their taste. It is a little bit on the sweet side, but immediately you notice the richer like coconut cream as opposed to just coconut milk. And you can even see the curdles of the coconut cream. Dump in the shallots and the pickled mustard greens, squeeze in the lime juice, and then add in the chili, of course. You can see the whole seeds in there. It's a coarse grind. And of course, one more just for good measure. It's a good stir, get everything together. You can see the chunks of chicken in here, the egg noodles down there, and I'll try some of the noodles next. And you can see the crunchy, crispy noodles have all mixed in with the regular noodles. I like their noodles here. The noodles are really nice, a little bit crinkly, slightly al dente.
But then again, you have the crunchy ones, which gives like the nice texture.
As you get further down, the coconut cream starts to thicken even more, and then it just sort of clings to your noodles and chicken. That completes bowl number 2. For me, it's a little bit on the sweeter side. It is very rich with coconut milk. I do like the noodles here. Okay, we are moving on to the next khao soi. We have arrived to the next place. It's called khao soi Lung Prakit Gat Gom. And this is one of the top recommended khao soi. Many Chiang Mai people have recommended it to me. We gotta order the beef khao soi here, and you can just smell the aroma, the richness. You can see the bubbling pots of curry back here. For their version of khao soi, what they do is he already has some of the noodles which are blanched in the back, and when you order, then he dishes the noodles, egg noodles, into your bowl, ladles on the beef, which is curried in a curry soup, and then he goes to a second bubbling pot where the coconut milk is and ladles that on top. So that sort of mixes together with the other curry and the beef and the noodles, and then it's topped with a big handful of the crispy noodles as well as some cilantro on top. Definitely the most beautiful bowl of khao soi that I've seen. It's just covered in a layer of red oil. This just overall just looks, I mean, you can already just tell the flavor overdose that it's gonna be. Oh, I got a little red oil drill. Oh, it's so meaty. That tastes like liquid meat. With like a coconut milk sweetness. You get those little bubbles of red oil in there and the noodles. Oh man, actually this bowl is so well flavored already that like I don't mind trying the noodles before seasoning it. Maybe we should just try some of the beef and noodles real fast before we season. Noodles are quite soft, but very thin as well. The beef is melting in your mouth, so tender. Sprinkle, whoa, that kind of just chunks off. Fantastic. I'll take one more. That naprik pao just sort of it just like clunks together. Mix that around a little bit for that extra punch. And then I am gonna go ahead and add in the pickled mustard greens and the shallots, of course, necessary components. Just let it all go, and then squeeze in that lime. Look at that color, yeah, the deep red mixing with the noodles, pairing with that creamy coconut milk. This is like what you'd have a dream of what you want khao soi to be.
Just pure joy.
Oh wow. I do? I always get chili on my chin. Thank you. I always get a little chili on my chin, a little splashage. All right. Oh, yeah.
So much meat in there.
Yeah, this bowl of khao soi is just blowing us all away. This is one of those plates of food, one of those bowls of food where you stop talking to your friends and just focus on the bowl of noodles. Yeah, the beef is insane.
I just got married, but I'm in love.
And Tom just like, he went all in.
Oh yeah.
Killed it, man. Oh, wow, that was just unbelievably good. That is bowl number 3 complete.
So good.
Tom?
Still speechless.
Joel?
Hard to find words.
Stepping outside, there's not even a real sign on the outside, or is there on the outside of the shop? No real sign. It's just on the front of the restaurant over here where you can see the name and they have the menu here. That was, yeah, just unbelievably delicious. Oh man, and I am feeling the sweat attack effects of 3 bowls of back-to-back khao soi. We are moving on to the next place. Okay, the next place is called Khao Soi Mae Mani. Chai Kap. And it's a little bit north of here, so we have about it's about a 25-minute drive, so we have a little bit of time to rest. 25 minutes to rest until the next bowl.
Oh yeah, you can rest, she can rest, I have to drive.
As usual, after 3 bowls of noodles, it's a little tougher to get in the car.
Somehow it's tighter in here than it was before.
สวัสดีครับลุงครับสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะไม่เคยเห็นหน้าเนาะไม่เคยเห็นหน้าเนาะยิ้มหวานนะลูกยิ้มหวาน
This is bowl number 4. Bowl number 4.
เนื้อ2เนื้อ3เนื้อค่ะกินมา4
And I am already loving this place because May is so nice. She's so friendly. It's like being at her home. She said the best is the beef, and so that's what we got, beef.
น้ำแกงค่ะน้ำแกงเมื่อกี้
อ๋อก็อันนี้กะทิ
น้ำกะทิจ้ะ
อันนี้กะทิอย่างเดียวครับ
กะทิอย่างเดียวค่ะ
คั่วกะทินะครับ
หัวกะทิค่ะ
คั่วกะทิ
หัว
โอเคครับ
ะเดี๋ยวทำข้าวอันนี้ไปก่อนเดี๋ยวเด็กไปทีหลัง
ขอบคุณมากครับ
ของลูกจะเอาเดี๋ยวทำให้
น่ากินมากครับ So friendly. I watched as she assembled them. She puts the noodles in, then she has the pan of curried beef, which she ladles on. It's almost like a gravy curry sauce. She puts the beef on top. Then she ladles in the curry soup, which has no coconut milk in it. It's just like a brown curry. Then she scoops into a bottle of just pure coconut cream and puts that on top. So it's just completely, you can see how it just kind of curdles into the dish, into the curry with that little bit of red oil. The presentation is possibly the most beautiful.
Yeah, really cool.
Kind of dainty but beautiful, but like perfectly like a swirl, like a like a painting.
Detail, yeah, it's very.
It's kind of like one of those splotch paintings. Although this is bowl number 4, I have never been so happy to have another bowl of khao soi. And look at those noodles. The noodles look these might be the thickest of the noodles as well so far. You can see the coconut milk more and more just dissolves into the actual curry sauce.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's got a real balance between, you can taste the dry spice blend, you can taste a little bit of cumin in there, a little bit of the coriander seed, a little bit of turmeric in there. It has a sweetness, which especially is from that coconut milk.
Have you ever had Hungarian goulash? It has a little bit of that Hungarian goulash flavor texture. It's almost like a gravy.
It's almost like a beef stew, but with that edge of like of dry spice aroma to it. Okay, we gotta move on. I can't wait for that beef. Yeah, I think this is another bowl where I do want to take another bite before seasoning, just because it's so richly delicious as it is. Yeah, look at that beef. Oh, okay, okay. I'm gonna take a bite of beef and some of those noodles. And yeah, you can see the noodles are more, they're thicker. They look more handmade than the other versions of noodles that we've had here. Oh. Okay. The beef is unbelievably tender, but just right off the bat from that first bite, these are some of the best noodles so far today. Yeah, they're al dente. They also, you can taste that they're handmade. I mean, they're just, it's just like boiled dough, homemade. They're thicker, they're heartier noodles. Noodles are superb. The beef is just, yeah, it's just strands apart. It's so tender. A little bit of mustard greens go in. Of course, it's always better when your nampek pao is served in an emulai hasip cup. An energy drink cup. And this is just another beautifully dark red, rich chili oil. Look at that, the roasted chili, the oil in there. Oh, that's beautiful. A nice stir into the broth. Oh yeah, okay, May also said that you should add a little bit of dark soy sauce to this. That's what she recommended for the beef.
Is it like more like the ketchup?
Yeah, it's usually quite sweet, but it is like a good, it's almost like caramely. Okay, and yeah, immediately you can smell that. That molasses is molassesy, that's what it is. Immediately you smell that molassesy aroma. Oh, look at that nugget of beef. The beef is, it's really, really superbly good. Tom, you leaned out of frame.
Sorry.
Those are some of the best noodles, yeah, hands down. You can taste the freshness of the noodles. Another thing that I really like about this, her version of khao soi, is that it's not oily. Whereas like other versions we've had today have been oily, with that thick layer of oil. Oh. And that beef. I thought I took like a giant chunk of beef. Better wipe my mouth. It just completely collapsed in my mouth. It's so good. Sprinkle on some shallots on the top here. Add on a half a spoon of chili oil. A little flop of chili oil. Squeeze on some lime. That chili oil. Well, that's a khao soi explosion. We do have some extra shallots, so I may as well use them. If there are shallots on the table, I will finish them. What's your final word?
What I really appreciate is the size of the dish. It's not too big, it's not too small, it has perfect size. And the taste was incredible. So it's really hard to choose, and I'm looking forward to dig into the 5th plate of khao soi, and then we have
make the final comparison.
Yeah, we have to make the final decision which one actually is going to be the winner.
Joe, what did you think?
I'll say stew was so thick, I could have that over a multitude of different dishes.
And also, not only that, but the whole family, the family that owns this restaurant, they're so nice and friendly. That's part of the experience as well. Yeah. This was incredibly delicious. ขอบคุณมากครับ ขอบคุณครับ ขอบคุณครับ ขอบคุณครับลุงครับ 4 bowls of khao soi in a row. I'm definitely starting to feel it a little bit, but I'm still feeling great. And especially after this bowl, man, that's just revitalized me, re-energized me. That was so good. It's just a 15-minute drive from the center of Chiang Mai, but it is so worth the effort to come here. We've got one more bowl to finish off this serious ultimate khao soi tour of Chiang Mai today. It has been so good so far. Yeah. So we're driving right back into the center of town. The spot is like right in the middle of Chiang Mai. And this is gonna be the finale. One more bowl of khao soi. Okay, that was actually just about a 10-minute drive to the next place. We're back right in the center of Chiang Mai, not far from the old walls of the city. The final 5th khao soi, it's called khao soi me sai. And this is another big wig of khao soi in Chiang Mai, a very well-known place. Okay.
He said
We ordered khao soi ne, which is the beef version of the khao soi. He has the yellow egg noodles, which are blanched again. He divvies out, grabs some of the noodles, puts them into your bowl. Then I think he laid on some of the beef, and the beef actually looks really good. It almost looks like more like a brisket cut of beef.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's a big difference already. The beef is not curried. The beef is just like cooked separately, boiled maybe, and then combined. So then they put in the beef. Then he scoops in the curry sauce, which I believe is already combined with the coconut milk, but you do see a little bit of curdled coconut milk. It's a very like yellowy orange color. And then again, the final step, he adds on the handful of the crispy noodles plus some cilantro on top. Lightest colored bowl of khao soi that we've had. And again, I think it's just one liquid as opposed to multiple liquids, which the other khao soi places added. It's
very creamy.
It's sweet.
Just sweet, yeah. It's just
Sweet, but it does have like a little spice that goes to the back of your throat at the same time. Time out, guys. We got a little khao soi on the lens. I am impressed with the slices of beef here, though. They do look amazing.
Beef looks good, yeah.
Yeah. Look at that briskety chunk. The beef is awesome. There's no denial about the beef. The noodles are actually quite good as well. They do taste fresh. Shallots go in. And here the chili again is very chunky, a little bit oily, not as oily as some places. The dry chili is very fragrant here though too. Sprinkle a little bit of this on, a little bit more.
Need to get some massage.
And then of course give it a nice mix. The chili is excellent. And the chili does balance off the broth for me, because on a whole the broth itself is just too sweet for me. But with that chili it does balance that off.
That beef. Yeah, I'm loving that.
Mission accomplished. We finished 5 bowls of khao soi back to back. I think that's 5. We're gathering our thoughts right now. We're gonna go to the coffee shop. We're gonna have a cup of coffee as we share with you our final results for the best bowl of khao soi in Chiang Mai. One more drink of cheers. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know it would be this beneficial to actually have back to back khao sois, to really be able to compare and contrast the different khao sois. It's really actually helpful because you have it all right in your brain, you have it all right in your taste buds.
Yeah.
You have all 5 bowls right in your stomach at this moment.
At the same time.
That's one of the best things about it. Before we completely go all in, we have to say that all 5 were excellent. They were all really, really good khao soi. So this is not this judging, just comparing this
Very
rating
high
is just for fun. I mean, it's just it really, even on a certain day you could prefer a certain version of khao soi. That's just the way it is. This is a tough choice though. Tom, Joel, you ready?
If I was paying for my own bowl of noodles, I'd go to number 3 for sure. But if I was taking a friend, I think I would go to number 4, khao soi mamani. It was just such an awesome experience overall, and an awesome bowl of noodles for sure.
So you choose, what is your choice?
Khao soi mamani.
For me, the best bowl of khao soi today, it was also Memani in Merim. That overall, it was just the best package. It was thick and creamy. It had a perfect spice blend, the thick coconut cream. The aunties and the owners are so friendly and nice. It feels like you're going to someone's home to eat it. That being said, Lung Prakit Gat Gom was like millimeters from Miamani. Like they're really like both at the top.
Really tough choice. As already said, all 5 khao soi restaurants were outstandingly good, and it's very, very difficult to choose one. As Joe already said, for the value of the money that you have to pay, I think number 3 would be perfect. If I would go by myself, I'd have to pay out of my own pocket. The bowl of khao soi was just huge, and the amount of meat in there was also enormous. But number 4, that was just perfect. It was, as Mark already said, it's just like very familiar. You know, Auntie took care of everything, even like the way the chart was cut. Everything was just so much love, so much. Yeah. So number 4, the broth was perfect. The noodles were perfect. Everything was just like awesome.
And that ends this best of khao soi tour of Chiang Mai. So I want to say a huge thank you to Tom and Joel for joining me on this tour.
Thank you.
That was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
That was just so much fun. I'll have their links in the description box below. Tom, by the way, is starting a tea shop in Chiang Mai, which we'll have below as well as soon as he opens it. That brings us to the end of this khao soi tour. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you've been to Chiang Mai, if you've tried khao soi, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what is your favorite khao soi as well. Thanks again for watching, and also subscribe and click that little bell icon. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye from Chiang Mai.
อะไรแม่มณี
Yeah. High five.